Hey guys, how we doing? So, we're on another Super Eye Patch Wolf video. I love these videos. It's nice to break things up a little bit. A little bit of different stuff. Aggretsuko is beautiful. It's great. It's brilliant. If you're not seeing it, it's on Netflix. Check it out. If you're kind of like in your 20s, working and whatnot, and yeah, I feel like it's very relatable. And yeah, I don't know where this is going to go. This is called the Existential Horror of Aggretsuko from Super Eye Patch Wolf. I love his videos. I think he's very informative with this stuff, and always has a very nice message with his videos. Watch the freaking Akira one he did. Anyway, let's get into this. The Existential Horror of Aggretsuko.
I got fired on the 10th of February 2015.
Right.
And it sucked.
Oh.
For a lot of reasons. It was from the first job that I ever really felt good at. The only problem was that it was for a startup company, and startups are unstable. So one Tuesday morning, my boss called me down to his office where he told me that they appreciated everything I had done, but that I was no longer necessary. It was devastating and it was humiliating, but there were other problems too. I had just moved into a nice new apartment with my girlfriend, and without me earning a wage, we wouldn't be able to make rents, and so I had to make a really shitty decision. I went back to one of those older jobs that you swear you're never going to go back to. It wasn't all bad, at least at the start. I had friends there who I cared about a lot, but over time,
you don't want to be there.
One, they all left to pursue their own goals, until it was pretty much just me.
Yep, I've been there.
Slowly, my days started to devolve into this weird, amorphous stretch of time.
Been there, man.
Everything just started to feel the same.
Yep.
Every day crawled along at the same mundane pace. Every evening just felt like a holding period for the next morning to start.
Yep.
And after long enough, things just stopped mattering. Nothing meant anything anymore. And the hardest part was that I could never really see that changing. This was
I've really been here.
life.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
This was just what I was now. Aggretsuko, short for Aggressive Retsuko, is the latest hit character from the Japanese merchandising company
Right, so then we'll find out how his
and Sanrio have, in their 40-plus years of existence, created over 400 different characters.
Yeah, Sanrio's.
From the
this is so different to what they do.
The slightly less popular this fucking thing.
What is
the company
that?
was started in 1974
Hello Kitty?
under the ethos of small gift, big smile, where characters like Hello Kitty were printed on a variety of stationery in order to make it feel more
You've not seen the Mother's Basement video about Aggretsuko, you should watch that.
The quality of these items found unexpected success in an unintended adult audience, and a major reason for this was that Japan's economy at the time was running on the blood of young adult office workers, with excessive amounts of overtime demanded and intense social pressure to conform.
Right.
And so Sanrio characters were the perfect escape from this brutal life of adulthood. A window into a simpler, more innocent reality where problems just didn't exist. Stress, exhaustion, financial hardship, none of it touched the world of Sanrio, and that's both what made these characters so appealing, as well as what makes Aggretsuko so unusual. While Sanrio have created characters that express negative emotion before, like Gudetama, the manically depressed egg designed to embody the youth of Japan's diminishing self-esteem and growing happiness, none have ever been an expression of a direct societal woe like Aggretsuko, whom,
how do we actually feel?
was created when I observed office workers who were at the center of Japan's corporate culture, and I could hear their heartfelt screams. Aggretsuko is a character designed to suffer. She's trapped in a job she hates, surrounded by people she can't stand. And this is the focus of both her original 100-episode run of animated shorts, as well as her 10-episode original series that released earlier this year. And even from the first moments of the first episode, Aggretsuko's depiction of working life is savage.
Yeah,
As our
it really
young,
is.
rosy-cheeked Red Panda protagonist hurries
You just wanted to
excitedly
do
towards
well.
her new job, only then to, in
twist
what
around
has to
corner.
be one of the most devastating cuts in the history of anime, we immediately jump forward 5 full years to see Aggretsuko awaken in a stupor of
She's just
empty
not
bento
wanting to get
boxes
out of
and
bed.
drained beer cans. She's 25, she's single, and she's working at the same entry-level position she started at. And what I love about this cut is how clearly it sets the tone for the rest of the show. This is not the story of a young woman's heroic rise to the top of the
Not at
corporate
all.
ladder. This is just life, and a mundane one. Every
just
moment
trying
of
to get
Aggretsuko
along.
feels like it's been plucked from direct experience. From the smothering, overcrowded train journeys to navigating the murky waters of office politics to just wondering how much it all actually matters. What's so unusual about this setup is that it feels like the very same mundane existence that her fellow Sanrio characters are designed as an escape from, Retsuko has to actively endure, and it's eating away at her. Trapped in this nightmare of repetitive daily routines and abusive bosses. But distinguishing her even further, Retsuko also expresses that emotion, taking the pent-up anguish and rage that's built up over the course of the day and letting it explode in the confines of an empty karaoke booth in fiery ballads of death metal as she screams and wails her pain
It's
away.
hilarious as well
And
when that
this
happens.
fundamentally changes what Aggretsuko is. Most Sanrio characters are mascots. They are designed to convey a single, simple concept, whereas Retsuko has two sides to her. The outward demure, beaten-down office worker and the internal raging metal queen, meaning Aggretsuko feels less like a mascot and more like an actual person.
So
There's an underlying
relatable.
duality to Retsuko, and a big part of what makes the show work is that every character is like this. There's a depth to each one that isn't always immediately apparent.
Yeah,
and
that wasn't
despite
really
the fact
touched
that
upon,
the
but it wasn't
episodes only
needed,
run
which
for
is
about
nice as a
15 minutes, the
contrast.
characterization is so strong that they all end up feeling like people. Take, for example, Tsunoda, and Tsunoda is an asshole. She spends her time massaging the ego of her boss, Mr. Tone, in order to stay ahead in the workplace
But then she lets people know that she's she's okay with it.
The rest of the office. And it's so easy to hate her because you've probably worked with her. But it's only later, when out for dinner with Retsuko, that Tsunoda reveals that she's aware and comfortable with what she's doing, and that she also knows that people despise her for it. But for her, it's the only way she can get ahead while working under a chauvinistic boss like Mr. Tone.
Like, she
And
feels
what's
the
really
same way
cool
about
is that
everyone
this
else
scene
does. She
doesn't
just
absolve her. She's still a tiny, passive-aggressive dear asshole, but it pulls back the curtains on who she is and how she operates. There's a logic and a reason to why she does what she does, and it's not something she's going to let other people's disdain get in the way of.
Nope.
And it makes you realize that every character in Aggretsuko is like this. They're all trapped in this brutal office existence,
And they don't know
and have
what
all
to
developed
do.
their own strategies for coping with it.
Yep.
And that's an existence I'm guessing that most people can relate to. Despite the fact that Aggretsuko is a cute-looking Sanrio show, it depicts the realities of day-to-day adult life. And that's a reality that is particularly pronounced in Japan, where being an adult is seen less in achieving financial independence, and more so your ability to integrate into a system and cooperate with others. Creating a culture of excessive work hours, with 23% of Japanese workers working more than 80 hours overtime a month,
God
resulting
damn.
in an epidemic of declining physical and mental health, which has led to a
Imagine,
spread
Jesus.
of what's become known as koroshi, or death by overwork, a problem so bad that they had to make a name for it.
God damn.
And depressingly, that's not a problem distinct to Japan. According to recent statistics, American families are working more hours and earning comparatively less money than they ever have in history. And furthermore, it's not a problem that distinguishes by education or skill.
No.
The vast majority of the adult population is working for more than they should for less than they're worth. And it's so easy to get lost in that. It's so easy to lose yourself in what you do. Whether you're flipping burgers in a restaurant, punching numbers in an office, or making an endless stream of YouTube videos for an audience that has grown so far past anything you ever perceived that uploading a video now terrifies you to the core of your being, and you spend every waking hour thinking and worrying about it, all the while knowing that you only make videos about other people's work because you're too much of a coward to ever commit to anything that's really your God, sorry.
I love
Let's
it.
get back on track. My point here is that everyone goes through this. Everyone at some point faces the same daily hell that Retsuko does. And it's easy to feel useless. It's easy to feel like there's no meaning to it. And it's weird, and it's hard, and it's scary. But it's here where I think Aggretsuko does something really special. Retsuko starts off this series as an unhappy office worker, and she ends it as an unhappy office worker. But what changes is her. Retsuko is constantly looking to other people as a way to escape the unhappiness of her daily life. Whether it's in joining her friend's startup that is never going to go anywhere, or becoming a housewife to a life partner who ultimately just does not get her.
No.
But eventually, she comes to understand that she can't look to other people for an easy way out.
You gotta do it yourself.
She can't adopt a way of life that isn't her. And rather than suppressing her emotion and what makes her unique, she's better off embracing it and using that to make her own way out of unhappiness. And that really hit home with me a lot. I did end up leaving that job I hated for one that, all things considered, I'm still pretty into. But while I was still there, I never had a revelationary moment. I never stomped into my boss's office and screamed my resignation.
No.
Rather, I just slowly came to a group of small realizations that gradually came together and helped me understand what I was and what I wanted to be. And that's what I see when I watch Aggretsuko. A person trapped in a situation they don't want to be in, who's slowly getting their shit together and using that to guide them into a better life. And I think that's the strength of this show. It takes the most human and relatable fear of modern day society, the feeling of being trapped in an existence that you're not happy in, something that can be really scary and make you feel like less of a person. And it expresses it in this cute, funny little show that makes it feel just a little less horrifying. And tells us that despite how easy it is to get lost, despite how easy it is to feel like there's no meaning to it,
'Cause it is,
we can determine our own meaning. That separate from society's standards, we should decide what we are and what we want. And there was a time in my life that I really could have done with hearing that. And I think that's awesome. I think that's a message that people need. Friends, thank you for checking out this video. I really hope you got something out of it. I have some news, and that is I'm going to be a special guest at this year's Anime Expo from July 5th to July 8th. And I'll be doing a panel and some signings, and it's always awesome and weird to meet people who actually watch my videos. So if you're there, don't be shy and say hi.
I'd like to meet you someday,
Massive thank you to the Wolfpack over on Patreon, and if you'd like to join their ranks, you can do so for no more than $1 over at patreon.com/Super Eyepatchwolf. Special shoutouts this week to Marbled Ranger, Ed Menak,
if you've not seen it,
it's
very good.
Tama Wavesign, Vile Fishery, The Mighty Rumble, Lucy or Brantley, and I Think Books Are Neat. Or if you want to hear me get torn apart for 2 hours, the Let's Fight a Boss video game podcast is usually good for that. Or you can find me on Twitter at Eyepatchwolf. Friends,
the metal
take care of
bits
yourselves, and I'll see you
hilarious
next
in Aggretsuko. Yeah, damn, that video was yeah, that was me with my old job, really. What am I gonna do? But then I feel like what I'm doing now with my job is not what I want to do. I love this, and I'm really looking forward to what I want to work on the next couple of months as well. And I feel like that's what I want to do. But time will tell. Ah, man, I feel like I've brought a downer on that. That was a nice little ending to the video, but I'm just kind of like, oh no. I find that relatable. Plus, at the same time, I've had people unsubscribing and even like leaving comments saying that they're unsubscribing from the channel as well. So it's like, oh, shit. But yeah, anyway, that was very good. Super Eye Patch was great. He really puts them together like a proper, like an actual documentary style video. They're so good. The cuts, the fades, everything. That's fantastic, and I really love that he's got to a point where he's like actually going to conventions and meeting people and stuff, and being on panels and stuff. It's awesome. It's cool. Because if you look at his channel, he doesn't have that many videos, and he hasn't been on for that long. So for him to do that, that's awesome. That's fantastic. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, yes, all of you guys, next time. Bye.